What's going on, guys? This is Tommy from the Castaway Travelers. Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be part one of our Miami vacation series for 2025, where we're going to be giving you guys the ultimate 4-day Miami itinerary. We're going to be covering everything from where to stay in South Beach to the most fun things you should do, as well as the nightlife you can't miss, as well as the smart travel hacks that are going to help save you some money. So this is just the beginning. Part 2 is going to take you over to Fort Lauderdale, and Part 3 is going to be all about the Hard Rock Casino in Hollywood, Florida. So smash that like button and ring the bell if you guys don't want to miss any more of our Florida series. Let's jump right in and get into these 4 incredible days in Miami Beach. So day 1 of our trip, we actually ended up getting there a day later due to some of the weather concerns. This day is mostly going to be about bikes, brunch, rooftops, as well as Mango's Café. So I want you guys to try and get over to Miami around 9 or 10 in the morning for this itinerary trip. One of the pro tips I have is to use Google Flights, Skyscanner, or even ChatGPT, just to compare some of the hidden flight deals. Some of the discount airlines like Breeze, Avelo, or even Allegiant Air also help you save hundreds, but you're going to have to fly into Fort Lauderdale for that. So just remember, there's going to be about a 45-minute ride down to South Beach. So for this trip, we stayed over at the Essex House by Clevelander, which is a block and a half from the beach, where 5 nights for us through American Forces Travel came to $752. Although we ended up staying, like I said, just 4 out of those 5 nights due to some of the delays. So the location right here is unbeatable. Everything is in walking distance. Last time we stayed up in North Beach, but this trip totally proved that South Beach is the move. You guys get to walk everywhere instead of Ubering around, which is going to save you guys both time and money. So I want you guys to start your morning out with some strong Cuban coffee. This is one of my favorites and one of the staples of the Miami area. As well as some pastries, we went over to the Cortadito coffee house, where breakfast ran us about $10 to $20. So from there, I want you guys to check out the complimentary bikes from the Essex. You pick those up right over at the Clevelander, and then I want you guys to ride down the Miami Beach Boardwalk. That's what we did, going all the way down to South Point Pier, all the way up north to the Fontainebleau Hotel after that. It ended up being about a 15-mile stretch that we covered before looping back over to the hotel. So I want you guys to also stop at the Pastel lifeguard stands for some photos. Check out some of the local vendors on your ride, and also make sure you hit the Miami Beach sign in Loomis Park for that classic Instagram shot. For lunch, I want you guys to head over to Bacon Bitch, right where the meals are about $20 to $30. I covered this in my last Miami video, and it's actually connected to the Essex by Clevelander, so you can't miss it, and it's right next to the entrance of the hotel. So this spot's a little bit sassy and not so classy, but it's got those brunch vibes that are both branding and about half the fun. And the food is even bolder. So I want you guys to go in there with an open mind and don't take yourself too seriously. It's part of the experience. And if you guys are in the military, I want you to show your military ID for 10% off your meal here. After lunch, I want you guys to head back over to the Clevelander. That's the sister hotel to the Essex. And then you guys can head into the pool and relax, enjoy the weather, as well as get some of those cocktails for about $14 to $18. So the Essex get in for free, and it's a perfect spot to relax right before going out. And as the sun goes down, I want you guys to relax, take a nice walk down Ocean Drive, or you can cruise if you're taking one of the bikes again, and you guys can admire some of that neon lit Art Deco buildings, where you guys can wander the charming streets of Española Way, and also stop by Soundscape Park, which is one of my favorite spots, which glows beautifully at night. And then by 8 p.m., it's time for you guys to head over to Mango's Tropical Cafe. We really enjoyed this spot. It was our first time over here. We didn't get food there, but they have everything from meals to cocktails to salsa to reggae shows, all rolled into one. This is the Miami nightlife experience that you guys can't miss. I definitely recommend it if you haven't been there before. So drinks are a little expensive here, so keep that in mind, and they do charge a cover if you get there at the wrong time. So it usually runs about $12 to $16 for drinks, and if you're in the military though, you can also see if you can get free or reduced cover at the door. Just make sure you ask and show your identification. And by the way, if you guys can't dance, don't stress about it. You guys can order one of their mojitos, or a mojito as I like to say, and suddenly you'll end up feeling like Shakira on the dance floor. Everyone else will think you're auditioning for interpretive yoga. So one fun fact I do have that we experienced on the first night there is that the famous chainsaw scene from Scarface is filmed right in this area on Ocean Drive. So I want you guys to check it out. There's even a plaque on the wall that you guys can check out, but maybe don't check into that particular hotel. So day 2 of your trip, I want you guys to check out the Art Deco areas you haven't checked out the previous night. I want you to look at the Versace mansion, have some lunch over there, as well as enjoy Brickell in the downtown part of Miami. So the main goal is to experience and balance out some of Miami's iconic history, as well as its modern nightlife. So start with a morning workout over at Muscle Beach. This is a free outdoor gym right on 9th and Ocean. We loved it over here. We went here every day of our trip. If you don't get there at the right time, it will get pretty crowded over there, so I suggest trying to get there before 8:30 in the morning. It opens up at 7. So it's a little bit crowded, but there's no better spot to feel some of Miami's energy. So I want you guys to head over and grab some breakfast after your workout. Go over to the Olas Café, which is one of the local favorite Cuban spots where meals are just $8 to $15 depending on what you guys are getting. After that, take a nice morning walk right from the Essex House over to the South Point Pier, stopping at each of the interesting looking lifeguard stands for some iconic photos. This is one of our more relaxing times during our trip, and this was before we went over to lunch at the Versace mansion. So I want you guys to go over there before noon because the Miami sun gets brutal as you get closer to midday. So at noon, I want you guys to head over for lunch at Gianni's in the former Versace mansion. Some of the meals range from $45 to $75, and it's as elegant as it gets in Miami. We were able to catch one of the lunch deals that they had there, and each of our plates was $45 each and included an appetizer, a dessert, as well as the entree itself. Drinks around here cost about $16 to $20 depending on what you're getting. But would you expect anything less from that mansion? I don't think so. So the courtyard, the pool, the mosaics, everything is jaw-dropping inside of there. And everything there feels like you're stepping into a magazine cover. You're literally dining where some of the celebrities and many of the different fashion icons used to party and dine themselves. So after you guys have lunch, I want you to spend your afternoon exploring Española Way as well as Loomis Park. This is where you guys can see some of the street performers, enjoy the patios, as well as the different photo opportunities that are floating around South Beach. So for dinner, I want you guys to travel a little bit for this one. You're gonna take an Uber into the Brickell area in Miami. And I want you guys to go over to Mr. 01 Extraordinary Pizza. We tried this spot for the first time, and although it doesn't compare personally for some of the New Jersey pizza that I've enjoyed, it was about $15 to $20, but the pizza was incredible. So their star-shaped pizza with burrata, the crust is not only a little bit different, it's unforgettable. Afterward, I want you guys to stop over on your way back to Truluck's Ocean Finest Seafood and Crab, where you guys can enjoy a drink and some classy pre-nightlife cocktails for about $16 to $20. This was one of the best old fashions that I got during the course of this trip. After you guys take a trip back over to South Beach, I want you to go enjoy a drink and the relaxing atmosphere over inside one of the hotels at the Swizzle Rum Bar. This is my favorite speakeasy in all of Miami, and I'm not going to tell you the hotel. You're going to have to check out one of my previous Miami videos to find out. So this is a tucked away speakeasy with a lot of the different cozy vibes and the strong cocktails for about $12 to $14, and the staff there is amazing. So if you guys are loving this Miami travel guide for 2025, you guys are going to want to make sure that you smash that like button and also hit subscribe. It tells YouTube that you guys want more travel itinerary videos, and it keeps you updated on our full Florida series. So part 2 in Fort Lauderdale and part 3 at the Hard Rock Hotel are coming soon. They'll be here next week, and we've got full playlists of budget-friendly adventures just waiting for you. All right, so moving on to day 3, I want you guys to soak up the sun right over in South Beach, relax a little bit, and then go out and have a big night. So start your morning for some sunrise exercises, workouts, whatever your health or fitness activity is. We chose Muscle Beach again, like I mentioned, but we saw a lot of people rollerblading, even scootering, as well as skateboarding around or longboarding around. So for breakfast after our workout, we went over to Ocean's 10, which is right on Ocean Drive, and in perfect walking distance to be able to stop there on your way back from Muscle Beach as you walk back to the Essex Hotel. So meals over here, as I said, they're pretty affordable, about $10 to $20 per person. And you guys might spend a few hours relaxing after you eat breakfast right over in South Beach, especially between 9th and 12th Streets. These are going to be the most exciting area. This is considered one of the more fun zones around, and they've got everything from volleyball, music, people. The people watching is always incredible, especially in Miami. After you guys hang out at the beach for a few hours, I want you guys to sit down and have an awesome dessert. I want you guys to check out and try the Baked Bear. So this is also a few blocks away. It's in walking distance, about 4 blocks from the beach itself, where you guys can build some custom cookies and ice cream sandwiches for $6 to $10. And yes, it's exactly what you think. It's pretty Instagram worthy, and you're gonna wanna check it out. You're gonna be stuffed after this. So you should probably have it after your beach trip when you guys aren't in a bathing suit. In the afternoon, after you guys grab some ice cream, I want you to head over to the Lincoln Road Mall, where you guys can enjoy the pedestrian shopping street line that has rooftop cafes, live performers, as well as great people watching opportunities, similar to that of the beach a few blocks away. And then as night falls, I want you to head over to this other fun spot that's actually right over by Mango's, right on Ocean Drive itself. That's gonna be the Carnival Rooftop Party, where you guys can get $15 cocktails. It's relaxing. They also have hookah up there. They have DJs. You're looking east directly at the beach, and it's got that perfect skyline make for the classic Miami Saturday night. So as you guys know, Miami rooftop parties can get pretty wild. By the end of the night, there's two things that are going to happen. You're either making best friends with 5 strangers, or you're probably calling your bank explaining why you spent $300 on a bottle of tequila that never even made it to your table. And that's why I hope you guys are watching this video, so we can help fix that second problem. Let's save some more money in Miami. So day 4 is all about slowing down a little bit more. I want you to take in some of Miami's culture, as well as wrapping up the trip on a high note. So start with a breakfast back over at Cortadito, or you guys can head over to the Olas Café again. My preference is obviously for Cortadito. Alright, so after you guys already had breakfast, you grabbed your luggage, you checked out from the hotel already, I want you guys to do something a little unique and do the fun way to get back over to downtown Miami. So I want you guys to hop on a water taxi that heads over from South Beach to the Bayside Marketplace. It costs about $10 to $15, and you guys really get to enjoy the views here. You guys will get to cruise past Millionaire's Row, and you guys get to see some of these gorgeous homes, as well as the unique perspective of Miami from the water side. And then step into the Bayside Marketplace, and while you guys are over at Bayside, there's plenty of things to do over here. They have different boat rides you can do, they have different restaurants, they have different shops, stores, everything of the sort. So you can really take it all in and enjoy it, and you're already halfway to the airport from South Beach. So fun fact number 2, you guys can actually walk the same streets that Paul Walker and Tyrese were drifting, minus the car insurance bills. So we ended our trip on a high note with a farewell walk through the downtown area of Miami. And that's our 4-day trip in Miami, and I hope you guys do that too in 2025. So from South Beach to Art Deco, to the different architecture, to the Versace mansion, rooftop parties, all the hidden gems in between. This city literally has it all, including the beautiful weather. So if you guys found this helpful, smash that like button, subscribe to the Castaway Travelers, and share this with anyone that's planning a Miami trip. And remember, this is only part 1 of our series. So next up, we're headed into Fort Lauderdale, and then we're going to wrap up this series with the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino right in Hollywood, Florida. Thanks for watching. Keep traveling.